So Perfect Parenting, and tonight's live, and I appreciate, first let me say, I appreciate all the people who have been getting on the lives nightly with me. I know that they have been random times, but I'm going to do it anyway, even if it's 11 o'clock, like it was the other night when we did the date night. And excuse me, one of my videos is messed up. It's the date night idea one. It was supposed to go on my Date with a Plate channel, but it's on this channel. But it's still great information for parents who are looking for date night, solo people. You want to take your kids to Laka Media. They have plays for kids too. So whatever. All right. So I'm hoping some people jump on here because tonight's topic, I'm going to talk about step parents. And for some reason, I keep hearing so much about step parents for whatever reason. I don't know if this was such a controversy back in the day, but now all of a sudden, I'll tell you my opinions about step parents. I am a step parent. We have a blended family. And so I'll tell you what my opinion was of step parents before I got married, and because now I am a step parent, what it is now. And I'll just kind of give some information. But I want to start off like I do most of the time with the scripture. And this is in Amos 3, and it's chapter 3, verse 3. And it says, "Do two people walk together if they have not agreed?" And that's pretty much the only scripture that I want to talk about, because two people, or three or four or whatever, but two people in a home or in a partnership or in anything, they cannot walk together unless they agree. The funny thing about this, I wasn't even going to do a scripture, and I just went and grabbed my Bible and I was like, oh, let me see what I can find. And this was the first thing that I was able to turn to, was this. And it says, "Do two people walk together if they have not agreed?" And I instantly got somewhat of an idea of what to talk about. So before I was a step parent and before I was married, I was on the fence about step parents, period. I know now step parents are being demonized, and they probably were before, but I had a certain kind of idea about step parents. I was on the fence because I saw some step parents who were amazing, and then I saw other step parents who were absolutely terrible. And then you got the ones that's in between, right? So I was on the fence about it, and I don't personally see anything wrong with step parents. And please get on here, give me feedback, because I know it's a whole deal. Like I heard some guy call a step parent, and I don't agree or disagree. That's his opinion. But he called step parents step crash dummies or something like that. And I listened to his opinion, and I get his point of view on why people shouldn't be step parents. Can you shout me out? Yes. Is it Allison? How you doing, Allison? Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. So that he calls them step crash dummies. And the reason why he says that is because he's basically telling people that you shouldn't be raising other people's kids. If you can work it out with the person that you had the kids with, then do that. And then if not, just, stick to yourself until you can do better. And honestly, before I even heard that concept, that's what I did when I raised my kids. I had some I had some flaws, and I had certain kind of, what would you call it? I wouldn't call it phobias, but I had some things that I was very afraid of when it came to step parents. And my kids were little. You have a nice day too. Thank you for watching. My kids were little, so I didn't really want a lot of people around them. And I've seen certain step parents or people come into people's lives and they just ruin it. Like they beat them, or they inappropriately touch them, all kinds of things. And I didn't really want to be bothered with that. So once it didn't work out with my kid's father, I dated a little bit, but I was kind of focused on getting them raised and all together. And if it happened, then it happened, but it had to be the right person. And that's how I feel basically about step parents. I feel like if it happens, if it doesn't work out with the person that you're with, and you end up finding someone, hello, Nate and G, how are you? Thank you for watching. If you end up getting somebody that you find is a wholesome person, and they want to do this life with you and help you with your kids. I don't personally see anything wrong with that. What I see wrong with it is these people who come in with ill will. They are not, they don't have great intentions. They are abusing these kids on purpose. They like the mom or the dad, but they don't like the kids. I don't agree with that at all. Like, if you're going to be that kind of step parent, then you need to bounce. Don't even get in that person's life. Don't even sign up for it. Because what I am seeing, I have wonderful stepchildren. My husband has two boys. One is grown and he is amazing. Don't give them no problems. The youngest one, no problem at all. He has one more year of school. These boys have been raised and trained well. My kids have been raised well. They have given some problems, to be honest. But my husband loves us enough to help out and to do, and he stepped in that role as a father figure if they want it. And that's another thing. The kids have to want it. But the dynamics of my life is my kids weren't little. My kids were all grown when I finally decided to get married. So, his kid, one of his kids was about to be grown. The other one just slightly almost adult. So it was a different dynamic. So when you have little kids, you really have to sit and say to yourself, is this the person that's going to help me raise these kids? Are they going to love these kids like I love these kids? And a lot of people cannot do that. A lot of people, when the times get tough and when the tides get rough, they cannot stick it in with you that long. They think they can do it, but a lot of people can't. So that's why I do understand. Do you want me to? If you want to subscribe, I would love for you to Rocket Dude Gaming. If you're going to watch the content and this is something that's beneficial for you, absolutely subscribe. I would appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. But for me, I feel like you have to want and love the children if you want to become a step parent. It is not for the weak. It is not easy raising somebody else's kids. And like, I didn't have that side of it. My kids weren't little or anything like that, but they're still grown and they still have pains and they have things. And so my husband has to help me with them and I have to help with his. And you have to, it's not that you just love the parent. You have to love the kids and you have to love what you do. And if you really don't want to have those problems, getting phone calls at midnight and 1 o'clock because something has happened to one of the kids or, something like that, then I would not suggest that you do something like that. So that's kind of my take on it. Does anybody else have a take on it at all? And if you subscribe, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for getting on. I just wanted to jump on there quick. And with that scripture, it said two people walk together if they do not agree? You have to agree. You both will have to be in agreement if you want to, be a step parent, because it's not easy. It will never be easy. Even if everybody is cool and they're listening to you and you don't have drama with the other parent and I don't have any drama with his ex-wife at all. But you have to be able to go through those things. So I understand when he calls people step crash dummies and tell you don't do it and all of that, but it takes a certain person to have a heart to want to do something like that. And there are special people. I've seen great ones and I've seen terrible ones that probably should have stayed clear away. So all right, if no one else has any questions or anything like that, I just wanted to get on here and encourage you all. I want to encourage the parents on here. I see you. So thank you for hopping on. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here and I'll be back on tomorrow night. All right, it's Regina Long with Not So Perfect Parenting.